All right, hey everybody, we're going to take a look at the Toyota recall. What is it going to cost Toyota? How long is it going to take you to get your vehicle fixed? How do the numbers add up? Where does this all fall into place? So we know this motor, when they were originally doing a short block, was an absolute mess. Parts laying everywhere. It was a complete failure kind of thing for everybody involved. Dealerships were struggling. Techs were struggling. Owners weren't getting trucks back that were good. So Toyota's decided to do crate motors for everybody, new long blocks, which means it's a lot more simplified. The engine is going to basically come in a crate. All they got to do is swap over. I don't know if it'll come with fuel injection and all that stuff in there, but either way, most of the motor is built. They're going to have to just swap the turbos onto it, do some simple stuff. Now, we know that it is going to take them, the Toyota says it's going to take anywhere from 13 to 21 hours to do this. They're replacing roughly 100,000 of these blocks that are going to be done. It's already started. The process is going. I believe the first one gets done the first week of August at a dealership. So this is moving pretty quick and they are diving into it. But where does this break down? How is this going to be for Toyota? What's it going to impact them? How will it impact you? Well, I went through and did all the numbers for you here. And so we're going to take a look at it and see what we got. So when we do it here, so by the numbers, how many Toyota dealerships are in the United States? Well, there's 1,277 of them in 52 states, okay? So we got 1,277 dealerships. We'll dive into that. Now, because we're going to do some numbers, okay? We're going to dive into some numbers. I have numbers that are set up right here for you that we are going to get into and we are going to look at. But first, before we do that, we have to first answer this stuff here. So we got 1,277 dealerships. What does it cost for a motor? Crate motor, okay? Well, we don't know from Toyota because Toyota doesn't sell them that way to the public, doesn't tell us, or I can't find one anyway. But if we go look at Ford, okay, we go dive into Ford here and we start, because Ford sells crate motors, so does Ram and that kind of stuff. So if we look at it, even here at Top Dog, this is a 5.2 Raptor R supercharged crate motor, $29,000 for us to buy it as consumers, complete, done, ready to go, supercharged, 29 grand. Okay, well, we're nowhere near a supercharged V8. It's not even into consideration. So we dive in, we look through here. Toyota's got some of them for some of the other vehicles, but I'm not seeing anything that matches anything that we would have in the actual motor there for Toyota. So we go over here, we got Mopar. Okay, this is the 3.6 Pentastar here. Well, we can buy it. We, as consumers, can buy it for $7,000 complete. Crate motor, completely done for $7,000. We go over to Ford site again. A 5.0 Coyote motor, basically, for the Mustang, we're talking $11,500. We go over here again to Ford. We're looking at the 2.3 EcoBoost Mustang motor. $5,000 for us to buy this complete motor kit. So, crate motor setup. So we know that engines are not the $30,000, $35,000 repairs that Toyota dealers are showing on a list for what these customers are that have done short block replacements. We know that because there's not as much labor involved. And we also know that Toyota's not paying that much money for their motors. We can assume, even on the high end, we'll get into the motor cost, but it's going to be nowhere near any of those things. So we'll dive into it. The other things, though, we got to take a look at here is the labor cost, okay? Well, if we look here, how much does auto repair cost? Typically is $179 for dealership, okay? That's what they're saying. $179 per hour for dealership is average across the country. We know warranty repair is usually less than standard repair labor rates. They get a deal for labor rate stuff. So we calculated that into it as well too to give us an honest ballpark kind of figure what we're going to be at. So we have that. Then we also know that profit-wise for Toyota, we know that profit in 2024, okay, what they're making in 2024, profit is going to be, net profit is going to be $36.9 billion for Toyota. Okay, $36.9 billion, so $37 billion, a lot of money. So we take that into consideration too. So how does those numbers stack up? Where do we come in at? What are we seeing? So we're going to go over here. We got to deal with this first. How are they going to build it? Well, we're going to have 100,000 trucks. Okay, we're going to have we got 1,277 dealers. We know that the dealer is going to take 3 days per repair, 13 to 21 hours. They're working an 8-hour shift. Let's ballpark it. 2 days would be 16 hours. 3 plus, it's going to be 2.5 days. We're going to call it 3 days by the time they get everything set. They get the vehicle tested. They get it done. Let's just call it 3 days per repair. to get this done. One dedicated bay per dealership that is set up that is going to run these things. And this, again, we're ballparking. Some dealers are going to do 3 a week. Some dealers are going to do none. So we're averaging. Got to go by averages here. So don't be getting on me about my math or tell me that I'm way off because I said it is going to take 3 days and they'll do it in 2. We're trying to get a ballpark figure here is what we're after. Okay, and we got 100,000 of them trucks. We got 1,277 dealers, means 78.3 vehicles per dealership of these 100,000. So if every dealership in the country did repairs on these, it would take 78 vehicles per every single dealership to do these. We figure if they can do 2 per week, 78 of them divided by 2 per week at all the dealerships around in the country, that's 39 weeks that it's going to take. 39 weeks is 9 months. If every dealer did 2 per week, it would take 9 months to do all of these 100,000 vehicles. Realistic estimate, we're going to double it. We're going to call it 18 months. It's probably about ballpark what it's going to take to actually get this job done, to have this thing taken care of. So we know that is, and again, it might be 2 years. Okay, it might be 12 months. We don't know. There's no way to know, but I'm trying to give you a good idea so you know how long you can expect that you might wait for your truck to be recalled, for this engine to be done on your truck, for this whole thing to be gone and set behind everybody and out of sight, out of mind, and solved. Okay, so that's what we're trying to figure out. So that gives us a good idea right there. Now, next one we got to look at on here is this one right here. Okay, so we know that based on what we're seeing here, okay, I figured based on what we were seeing here with the cost of all these different motors that we're seeing out here, I'm going to guess on the high end that the cost for Toyota for their motor is going to cost them $6,000 per long block for Toyota to make it and ship it. Okay, I'm going to say it's $6,000 per new engine is their cost. If they're paying $17 or 17 hours of labor on average at 120, which we also figured based on this right here, okay, we've dropped that down to $120 an hour is what Toyota is going to pay dealerships. I doubt it'll be that much on this recall, but let's just say it comes out at those numbers on there. So we did the math. 17 hours times $120 an hour is basically $2,000 in labor per vehicle. So you're looking at $8,000 is what it costs Toyota to actually repair this. $8,000 is what their repair will be for each of these. Now they got to do $8,000 times 100,000 of these. That's $800 million. Sounds like a lot, and it is. There's no doubt about it. $800 million. If they take and sell the original short block, or the original motors they're pulling out of here, even if they give them away, because there's 100,000 of them, they give them away at $1,500 a piece. That's $150 million they make on just these motors that they're going to give away to engine builders, or some for $1,500 each to whoever wants these things. They'll make $150 million on it. I'm guessing. Okay, that part I'm guessing on. But $800 million minus $150 million they get back on the motors when they rebuild them or they refurb them and sell them or whatever happens. But so they end up with $650 million as the estimated cost, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I'm just going by what the numbers are showing me. So don't be jumping down my throat on here. But we got $650 million is what this recall is going to cost Toyota. Sounds like a lot of money, but when we dive in and we look at it for real here too, we also see that Toyota made profit of $37 billion with a B, $37 billion in profit this year. $37 billion in profit this year. Yet somehow people tell me that they don't make any money on a new car. So when we do that math, basically 2% of annual profit for 18 months of repairs. Basically, it's 2% of their this year alone profit. Okay, that's what this recall is costing Toyota. 2% of what their profit is. Okay, and if you break it over the 18 months, because we thought it was going to take 18 months to get these repairs done, if we do that, it's like 1.5% of the profit during the whole time they're doing this. They're going to lose 1.5% of their profit is going towards this recall. So take that information and do with what you want, twist it how you want, adjust it how you want, give me feedback on what you actually believe it'll be. Will it be different? Am I way off? Am I too short? How close am I? Where do you think this is going to be? How do you feel? But the key takeaway of this video is you guys as consumers that have to deal with this mess and this problem and all these things that are going on with this thing. This is the ballpark time frame you're going to be looking at. It could be anywhere between right now and about 18 months by the time your problem is solved. I'm assuming they're going to solve the ones that are broke down first, and then they'll deal with the rest that are still drivable later on as they go. There might be more added into this, so we don't know a whole lot of details on here. They do have to lift the cab off, but as you can see, this is a super simple process. Okay, like I said, not a big deal to do this on this truck whatsoever. This is how a lot of vehicles are today. Real easy to pop the cab off and work on this thing. It's not a complicated thing to do. It's still not easy, but it's way better than a short block replacement we had. So put your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And as always, I appreciate you watching. Talk to you soon.